Hi guys, welcome to Maybe News. Today I've made you another video with 10 history fun facts. If you liked this video, give it a thumb up and subscribe our channel. Let's get started. Fact number 10. The Olympics used to award medals for art. From 1912 to 1948, the Olympic Games held competitions in the fine arts. Medals were given for literature, architecture, sculpture, painting, and music. Naturally, the created art was required to be Olympic-themed. According to the founder of the modern Olympics, Pierre de Freddy, the addition of the arts was necessary because the ancient Greeks used to hold art festivals alongside the games. Before the art events were eventually removed, 151 medals were awarded. Fact number 9. In 1908, New Yorker Katie McHale was arrested for striking a match against a wall and lighting a cigarette with it. Why? Because this was a violation of the Sullivan Ordinance, a city law banning women, and only women, from smoking in public. During her hearing at the district court, Mulcahy argued about her rights to smoke cigarettes in public. She was fined $5. 2 weeks later, the Sullivan Ordinance was vetoed by New York City Mayor. Fact number 8. The government poisoned alcohol during Prohibition. During Prohibition in the United States, the US government literally poisoned alcohol. When people continued to consume alcohol despite its banning, law officials got frustrated and decided to try a different kind of deterrent: death. They ordered the poisoning of industrial alcohols manufactured in the US, which were products regularly stolen bootleggers. By the end of Prohibition in 1933, the federal poisoning program is estimated to have killed at least 10,000 people. Fact number 7. Napoleon was once attacked by a horde of bunnies. Once upon a time, the famous conqueror Napoleon Bonaparte was attacked by bunnies. The emperor had requested that a rabbit hunt be arranged for himself and his men. His chief of staff set it up and had men round up reportedly 3,000 rabbits for this occasion. When the rabbits were released from their cages, the hunt was ready to go. At least that was the plan. But the bunnies charged toward Bonaparte and his men in a vicious and unstoppable onslaught. Fact number 6. Adolf Hitler was the first European leader to ban human zoos, a popular attraction in Europe in which exotic peoples were forced or paid to be on exhibits for onlookers with recreated habitats and shows. Belgium was the last country to ban the inhumane and degrading exhibits in 1958. Fact number 5. A woman was elected to Congress before women could vote. A woman was elected to the US Congress before women could even vote. Janet Rankin joined Congress in 1916, which was 4 years before women could actually vote. The 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, wasn't passed until August 18, 1920. Fact number 4. Woolly mammoths were still alive while Egyptians were building the pyramids. Scientists have determined that woolly mammoths were still roaming the earth until about 1650 before Christ. The giant creatures could be found on an island off the coast of eastern Russia at the time. Meanwhile, the oldest of the Great Pyramids in Egypt, the Pyramid of Djoser, was constructed between 2630 and 2611 before Christ, meaning that while man was busy building some of the most incredible structures ever made, woolly mammoths were still doing their thing. Fact number 3. Space travel was proposed in the 17th century. You may thought that space travel was a modern concept, but it turns out that English theologian John Wilkins was kicking the idea around in the 1600s. In his books, he suggested that flying chariots could take men to the moon, which he believed were inhabited by other beings that could prove to be great trade partners. Though there were a few blind spots in his plan. He believed that astronauts wouldn't need any special equipment to breathe because they would just grow used to the pure air high in the sky. Fact number 2. The Titanic's owners never said it was unsinkable. A key detail in the telling of the story of the Titanic is the hubris of the ship's owners who claimed it could not be sunk. In fact, the White Star Line never actually used that phrase. A historian, Richard Howells, explains, The population as a whole were unlikely to have thought of the Titanic as a unique, unsinkable ship before its maiden voyage. Fact number 1. The first submarine attack occurred in 1776. While U-boats are central to the 20th century war stories, they first made their appearance during the Revolutionary War. Turtle, built by the American David Bushnell in 1775, was the first submersible vessel ever used in a combat. It was used to attempt an attack on the British ship Eagle on September 6, 1776, but the plan failed when it proved too tough to navigate against the current. And that's all for today. Thanks guys for watching and see you in the next episode.